Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. We are continuing barreling forward in our totally blind playthrough of Blue Prince. And I'm actually surprised that we're still going with day 8. Early on in this day I thought, oh, this is going to be a short day. No, this has turned out to be an incredible day, and we've just found the lab. As soon as you hear that there's a thing called the lab, right? You know it's going to be a good room. You know that there's going to be a lot of interesting, amazing stuff going on in the lab. So, we're going to continue exploring this room and seeing what it has for us. But I've already created an experiment, so it's interesting that you can see it here in the menu. So whenever I spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, I get 1 key for every hallway in my house. And I have to assume passageway and hallway count. I don't know if entrance hall counts. That would be nice of them. But maybe it's just the orange ones. Just the category of hallway. And look at all of the items I have. I've been really lucky. We've also got a permanent edition because we've been in the apple orchard now. Bam, like day 8, not that many rooms really all up, but incredible finds. I also managed to get my mail, which is part of why from the mail room, which is part of why I have so many items. Wow. Yeah, so let's keep looking at, let's explore the laboratory. So we've got a lie memo here. Effective immediately, electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. Well, we know that one's untrue. Oh my god, where to start? This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. So okay, that is interesting. I'm actually going to write a permanent note here about the lab that I need boiler room power, so I understand in future about the relationship between these 2 rooms. Either way, this machine. What is this machine? What is this machine? By the way, if you can hear a kind of a little rumbling sound in the background, that is my darling fluffy kitty Pixel, who's just had his treat time, and he is, we've got 2 treats in like a little enrichment, excuse me, a little enrichment feeder, which is shaped like a mouse, and he has to bat it around to get the treats out. So he's doing that at the moment. He's very good at it. He is a smart cookie. If only I had Pixel's smarts to figure out all of the mysteries in this game. Either way, okay, so 1 to 10. 1 to 10 on this machine. Should I try it? It might just not work because we've got the red flashing power there. Fair enough. Okay. But otherwise, we've got a meter here, so we can obviously... And then we've got a particular level on this meter. Maybe that's related to the power. Like the amount of power that supplies this machine. And then, yeah, these colored pipes. All right. Wow. There's no way I'm writing all of this down. What I might do is just take some pictures, again, as I've done in some other rooms. So that, because I don't know really if anything here will be particularly important. I assume a lot of it is just generic, generic charts that are meant to look like someone's figuring some stuff out, doing some science, doing some maths, all of that sort of stuff. I don't think the game will expect me to do anything with something like this, surely. But, yeah, very interesting. We've got our match or our flame or our fire there. And this is what I was saying last time I figured out. This is fir. This is a fir tree. So this is fire. So that means Let me just get back to... Oh, sorry, I just smacked my pen into the microphone stand there. Let me just get back to my map, and the lab is the letter E. I still don't know what I'm doing with any of that, but I'm doing it. I'm marking it down anyway, just in case. All right, so this is a thing. This is a thing that matters. I don't know what to do with this. I know what a periodic table of elements is in the real world. This is one I'm not gonna write down. I'm gonna take a photo of. That's too much. That's too much to mark down. Oh, hey, Pixie. Whoa, are you finding more treats? Yeah. Good boy. Pixie, what do you think the relevance of this periodic table of elements is that has many blank squares and certain squares with numbers? I had a thought and then I immediately dismissed my thought. My first thought that I thought I had is that there were 10 numbers here and the machine next to us has 1 to 10 on it. I'm not going to dismiss that thought though, because it's all right. So it has 11 and 12 actually. But there is also this arrow pointing to the... Okay. All right. Thank you, magnifying glass. All right, we can do something with this then. But there is also this arrow here pointing to the side, and I reckon that's got to be pointed to the machine, right? So maybe it is relevant to the machine. Okay, oh my gosh. So if we just do this in order from 1 to 12, let us see what we get. Let me just write... All right. P-U. Excuse you. 2. It's actually hard to see on my screen, but I think that's an S. That's very light. Pus. That's a lovely message that we can all agree on. H. All right. It's instructions. It's telling us to push something. 4. TH. It's going to be the, isn't it? 5. Oh, no. It's going to be push 3. Maybe. 6. Is that a... is that an E or a B or a P? I think it's an E because that would make it... that would make the word 3. So I think it's E... U. Okay. 7 is pa, so push 3 up. A. I'm going to guess that 8 will be ND. Oh, no. These ones over here are very light, very hard to see, and it's completely behind the letter. Man, that could be... Do you know what? To get a better look at this, I'm actually... It's quite light on my screen. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm taking a photo of it so I can try and zoom in. That didn't help. Let's try again. Try and make a clearer photo. No, that really doesn't help at all. I might have to guess at this one. Like, I'll put a question mark for this letter. What could it be? It could be an F, a P, could it be a K? It couldn't be like the center line that you can see on the left side of the 8 there. It's not in the center, so it couldn't be like a T or something. And it looks like it's just one letter. Hang on. So maybe this is silly. Is this actually the periodic table of elements? Here's what sucks. I don't know these things very well, but I do have a phone next to me, so let me just look. Because if I know that this is actually the periodic table of elements, then I can work out what that letter is. All right. Does this look... Yes, this looks like the actual periodic table of elements. So, F. So this is F. Oh, I feel so clever that I worked that out. I don't know it. I don't know it. You know, I last would have looked at this thing properly in primary school. I haven't taken a science pathway in my life, but yeah, there we go. All right, so so far I've got push 3 up off. Probably going to be after, but I've been wrong so often about these guesses. Where's 9? There's 9. There we go. After. After. I mean, at least I can... hang on a second. This looks slightly different to the actual table that I've got in front of me. XERN. On the table I'm looking at, there is another line below this. Like actually all along here, where there's this kind of gap here, the actual periodic table of elements that I have Googled has all of these things filled out. So I don't know why they're missing here. But either way, that is RN. So that makes sense. Push 3 up after N. Let's just keep going with this and think about that problem afterwards. After... What is next to XE? Next to XE is I. After 9... Is it going to be like night or something? After 9. Do you mean 9? Push 3 up after 9. Push 3 up after 9. It does seem like it's referring to the machine, like the order in which we press those levers. So at some point we do 9 and then we do 3 and we push it up. But whether there are more instructions to this, I don't know. But here's just something that seems very weird. You know what? Why are these boxes missing? Maybe it's just that because people have added to the periodic table of elements over time, right? Maybe it's just that they're saying this. Maybe this line is all of the more recent discoveries and additions to the periodic table of elements. Yeah, maybe that what they're saying is in the context of this game, these ones haven't been discovered yet. I'm literally just having a Google to see if I can see. I don't know if it really matters so much, but because it does matter in the sense that finding out this piece of information will kind of help me to understand if it's important whether these are missing or not. After RG, essentially. I can actually see a description of, I think I'm getting into territory that doesn't matter. There's a description about like the further up this particular group you go, the less reactive the element, because there is less electron. This can't matter. This is too much. This is too much for anyone. Yeah, okay, but there is a timeline of discoveries of things on the map. So maybe, yeah, maybe we can say that that's what it is. Nevertheless, maybe what I should also just make a note of is which ones are missing here. So they're missing after RG. So the ones that are missing are C, N, N, H, F, L, M, C, L, V, T, S, O, G. Okay. Probably won't matter, but maybe it will. Super cool. All right. I think that's that for here. So yeah, at some point we have to press 3 up after 9. Okay. Let's see if we get any more clues to that specific, that'll sort of add to our instructions there. I'm guessing that all of this is just, I'm going to take a photo of it anyway, but I'm sure that this is just environmental detail, making things look labby, which is really cool. I actually would be really interested if anyone's kind of, like put together like a blog or a video or done some, research or I don't know, analysis of some kind on the ways that games and things represent generic sciencey notations like that. I think that's very cool. Oh, I was really hoping we would be able to use this microscope. It looks like something we should be able to use. Okay, big gas can. Oh, they're kind of giving it to you here. They give you the table. That's nice. I mean, like not everyone will probably not everyone will have, Google on hand, so this gives them a way to, it would be much harder to go back and forth between these two things, but yeah, that's good. That's good. Why are these two missing though? Is that, oh, they're missing, oh, I see. They're actually missing on the periodic table of elements. I mean, so that probably doesn't mean anything. I don't know why they're missing. There's some kind of science reason for that, though, that I assume is not related to this game, though. All right. Awesome. I'm going to assume we've kind of extracted what we need from that for the time being. Heating and cooling curves. Oh, my God. This game really wants me to science. Okay, H2O melting point at 0.1 to 0.5. We got temperatures down the side there. Room temperature is at 20 degrees. Complete thaw. Okay, so it seems like we might need to thaw something. Test 205 at atmospheric pressure 93 kPa in Mount Holly freezer. Okay. Lab technician. I'm going to add his name to my compendium of names. Wherever I have that. I don't know. Randolph M. It does feel like I've come across Randolph at some point, but I can't remember what it was, and I don't think I've noted it down. All right, this one is definitely a take picture of, because there's a bit too much info here. Cool. Sorry, I'm hitting the microphone a bit. Cause I have to like reach around my microphone, but I'm trying to make sure I take an actual sharp image. Okay, got it. For whenever I need that, I've got it. I need to thaw something. Bunch of notes. Yep. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, it's a this is my first security door. Oh, exciting. Hang on. Well, but I think I've got to look at this first. I typically work over at Sinker Labs. Okay. So this big relationship with Sinker. We have the potential in the network to receive data packages from Sinker, whatever this data is. They have labs. We have lab. Some people were also doing various deliveries in the car of something I didn't understand, and I wonder if it's related to the labs. Okay. I typically work over at Sinker Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more. Randolph M. So that must be Randolph Moore. Great. I got your first and last name, Randolph. With the new turbine tests, I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I have been unable to find... turbine tests. For the past 3 days, I have been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get any work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. Thompson came up somewhere else as well. So that's interesting. Kimberly Thompson has come from Sinker. I wonder if actually maybe there's suspicion about Sinker. And I wonder if even somebody from Sinker was sent here to check up on what was being done here. And so, you know, the staff are sort of not helping Kimberly Thompson out. All right. Kimberly Thompson is Sinker Lab staff. Cool. I know I wrote down the name Thompson quite recently. I just can't remember. I have so many notes. So got it. It was the mail package that arrived for me. I think it was sent by Kimberly Thompson. That's interesting. But that was a very nice package. That was really useful. So I don't know. I don't know if, yeah. I don't know whether it is to be suspicious of them or not. Okay. Is there anything in the center here that I've sort of missed? Just various sciencey things. Okay. I think that might be that for the lab for now. And now I get to use my first security card. Oh, you get a different display. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. I've been in the lab for so long, I've got to like get my mind back on the map again now. Okay, so we could build a green room, a terrace. We haven't done a terrace yet, but it would give us nowhere to go, which sort of sucks. And it would also stop us. We've got, there, like just directly south of us, there are 2 more exits that we can potentially use. And so this would, unfortunately choosing this would cut us off from being able to go north. So I don't really want to pick this one yet. Though it is interesting to note that in terms of the richness of the soil that I've just learned about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be rich. This would be a room with rich soil to put the terrace. So, also it's a really good, like green rooms do not cost gems to draft. That would be really great, actually. It's risky. It's risky. The observatory could be the best thing to do here because it would allow us to go north. And this one is mystery room. There's benefits to each, but I think it's going to be between mystery room and observatory. You know what? Actually, there's no real benefit to choosing this because either way, I'm putting a room here anyway, right? So it's not as if the exits below me actually provide more opportunities to go north this is the only opportunity to go north. So if we do observatory, it's guaranteed. Let's do that. Hey, observatory, it's been so long. Let me take a look at this again. So we can get 1 gold. That's what we had before. I know that there's something to do with the number of stars in the sky. So yeah, depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. I wonder how I know, or I think there's a way to increase the number of stars in the sky that I've come across, but I wonder, without that, how do I know how many stars are possible? What would I like? What would be nice? I'm very curious about this. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance room. What on earth does that mean? I have no idea what that could mean, so I'm really curious about it. Gem steps is all nice. Rooms with 4 days are more common. That's very nice. Apples extra delicious. You get a key. 5 gems exceptional. Draxus horrible. Dead end rooms are more common. The sale, everything's 50% off. It's nice. This was the thing that refers to, yeah, green rooms are more likely to contain special, quote, flowers today. What does that mean? What do you mean, quote, flowers? What actually is it? So I'm so curious about that one as well. That's a ton of stars. All right. Oh, I didn't even look at this. I didn't look properly when I was in here before. Thank God I've come back. All right, hang on. And sand. So S is the letter for this room. What was I doing? Because I think all of this happened on day 1. And I just think I was probably like a bit overwhelmed. And just so busy looking at everything. And also back then I didn't know how time worked, so I know that I felt kind of rushed as well. And I was feeling like I don't know, like there might be consequences for how long I was spending in the house. So this is really interesting because it just spins and it just lets you look at different parts of the world, which is strange. But I don't know what to notice here. What if I just do this a bunch? I thought maybe something would happen. It would open or screw open. Something would pop out. Oh, probably I just needed to stop doing that. It's just like, look, you got the map. Stop it. Haha. That's supremely interesting. So, some kind of something important in that square. Maybe this is this sort of equivalent of the E thing that we found. But at the same time, I don't know. And I wonder if the little dot, dotted pathway there is relevant. Like you have to go these squares to get there, but I don't know. It seems not so likely to me. So either way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just making a quick little map here to mark the X. Well, I've never had the opportunity to go to that part of the house yet. So, all right. What about you? There's a little compass at the bottom there, which is interesting. Is it possible? Let's do it again. Let's spin. Maybe something will happen. I mean, these are both two globes. Is it like, is there something that will happen if we match them? You know, do they actually have the same? Is that the same? I don't know if that's the same place. No, it doesn't have that little hooky bit on it, right? Don't know. There's a few things here that look really similar, like these little pairings of continents. Is that might be it? Kind of. This is it. This is it. So this is the same place at least, and I suppose it's done. It does. Yeah, it hasn't done anything. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's just keep in mind that this is a possibility. I don't seem to have gotten anything from doing this a bunch of times. No, all right, but this one gave me a map. Okay, all right. Nothing else to look at as far as I can tell. So let's work on, oh, and also I do remember that this room, let's mark this down, observatory has a knight chess piece. I remembered that one. Little horsey is knight. Okay, so we need to get this, well, it looks like it's already in the right position actually, right? 2 stars. I think 2 stars was like, I don't know. Well, that seems to be all that's on offer. The twins. Oh, a pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Oh, that's what you mean. Trunks. I was thinking about trunks in entirely the wrong way. I was thinking like trunk line. You know, I don't know. It made me think that there would be extra like extra entrances or exits in some way that didn't make any sense at all, so it couldn't possibly have been true. I don't know, but either way, it's just thinking in that way initially stopped me from thinking, of course they mean trunk because that's what they refer to as chests. Cool. Oh, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. But it would take me... yeah, it would take me 5 steps to get back there, and yeah. So let's just come do that when we come to it. I wonder if I should have a quick look up here just to see if there's anything up here. I mean, I don't know if they put items up here or anything like that. Oh, well, nice. That was good. That was good. So we got 2 prizes waiting for us. We just need to... we need to be somewhat careful with steps because I would really like to be able to go back to patio. And as it stands, that is a long way away. It would be nice actually if I could build a cross. But there's... yeah, I mean, unless I'm actually already here, there's basically very little, you know, opportunity to do that. So, okay. I guess this is our most this is our most northward, you know, facing area now. So let's do our best. Okay. I do actually have an idea for the boudoir, which is another thing that occurred to me as I was, you know, obsessing about this game offline between episodes. I was thinking, what if the code to the safe in this room, which hilariously I didn't see the first time when I watched episode 1 back again, I watched me look at every part of the boudoir except look around the corner where the safe was, but anyway. I did have an idea, which is maybe, because the photo in there is of that room at Christmas time, maybe 12/25, the date of Christmas, could be the safe combination. So I'd like to try that at some point. Either way, these are the same in terms of exits and entrance, you know, exits and entrances. You know, this is mystery, so I don't know. But then again, it would be nice to gain steps, wouldn't it? Because I'm not as comfortable stepwise as I would like to be. And so every addition counts. And if I do this, I've got the sleeping mask, which would mean I would get 7 steps, which would be very nice. To be honest, I might do that because I think there's a lot of potential to continue on in this run. So I think let's set ourselves up as well for that as we can. Okay, so map, we've got bedroom, and we've got tent and 10, so T is the letter. We've got a trunk. We've still got 2 keys and the silver key. I know that I've got 2 trunks in the entrance hall and I'll probably need keys for them as well, but I suppose it's, you know, you've got to use what's in front of you, right? Yes, a pair of ivory dice. Oh my god, this run, this day is a wonder. This day is going so well. I always like to just look at this, just in case one day it's different when I look. Yep. Okay, cool, nice. There's our mysterious hand pointing down and making me think, like maybe what it's saying is something is like under this rug, you know? I don't know. Drive me nuts, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it, even in theory. Oh, we're gonna have to use a key again. I guess we have to. Like, we just have to go forward in the hope that we will come across more keys. Okay, so storeroom is a dead end, which sucks. Chapel is at least going to allow us to go north. I think we have to pick that, you know. I could redraw, but chapel is actually pretty decent. We're just going to lose a coin, and at the moment I haven't got anything to do with the coins anyway. We can look at Renna the gardener. Oh, there she is. So Renna is number 1, or Raina the gardening angel. So with that in mind, what are the other... So actually, now that I think about it, this is a gardening angel. This is like a... I mean, that to me looks very much like a chimney sweep angel. This is someone who rides horses. So I was thinking maybe they were all servants, but no, that's a, you know, working class, rich person. Well, this also looks like a gardener. Right? What's the difference between... She's got a hoe. This one has a pitchfork. Maybe it's like animal... I don't know, a person who cares for the animals. Yeah. This one is the chef. Can't believe I didn't notice this before. And this one is just a maid. Got it. All right. So let me go all the way back to where I originally made these chapel notes. So this one, so number 1 is the gardener. Oh, sorry. That was my pen on the... I'm getting too excited about all of these reveals. That was my pen on the microphone stand. So 5 is maid. Oh my god. This is amazing. 2 is cook. 3 is... I mean, I just feel like, what do you use that for? It's for hay, right? It's got to be a... It's just got to be someone who takes care of animals? I don't know. Don't know. Maybe rather than like a rich person riding horses, maybe this is sort of like a horse trainer. I'll write down horse rider anyway. And then 4 here is chimney sweep. For sure, right? That's got to be chimney sweep. Maybe. Okay. All right, cool. And then And then this is the one that I paid the most attention to when I was in here before. So I guess because it looks so conventional, I didn't look in great detail at the others. I was mainly focused on the numbers. But this just looks like a black prince knight. Right? A black prince knight. I'm going to write that down. I don't know. Not really. I don't know. They're wearing knight armor, aren't they? I guess it's just that sort of... I don't know. It's just that sort of imagery. Okay, so... We've only got one gem, which is not ideal, but... Oh, hang on. Let me just double check. Is there anything to pick up here? Coins? No. Alright, so... northward. Let's see what we get. Oh, Rumpus Room! Yes, it has to be Rumpus Room, even though it'll use up my final gem. This is where we're going to get another... Rumpus Room, Rumpus Room, Rumpus Room. It's Rumpus Room all the way. Oh, finally, Alzara! Alzara, it's day 8. It's taken me a whole week to get back to you. It's taken me a whole week to get back to you. I found you on day 1. And I haven't seen you since. But before we do that, I've been in here before and looked around. Okay, but let's take in some new details. So this is this a bishop? I think this is a bishop, yeah? I don't know why it's a bishop, but I think that shape in the Rumpus Room is a bishop. Okay, are there any coins? Yes! Great. All my coins for Alzara. And so, interestingly, I have a battery pack, and this is the other machine that is also in the Nook. It's in the Nook and the Rumpus Room. But it doesn't, yeah. As expected, it doesn't take a battery pack. But there's all kinds of other stuff in here. Like, you know, like this has a record on it. Why can't I play this? Okay, a stag and a stage anyway. Where is it? So we've got chapel, rumpus, and this is stag stage. E is the letter here. God, wouldn't it be amazing if we could make it up to this X square and see if we can figure out what's going on there. Okay, this has a record on it. Like, can't I take this and put it in the other gramophone? Can I turn the TV on? Can we turn this radio on? It looks like it takes coins. No. But doesn't matter, because what we can do is insert a coin into our buddy old pal Alzara. Yes. Oh my god.
And as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
Alzara, I'm your biggest fan.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
If you wouldn't mind, please, yes, sir. Yes, thank you. I would love that.
Is becoming clear.
Oh,
I see
what?
a darkened cloud of ruin.
You are kidding me.
Familiar to us both. Now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes.
Huh.
Resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes,
Keep it coming,
I
Alzara.
see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands. 8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7.
Oh.
Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms.
Yes, yes, do tell.
There is a letter missing.
Yeah, they give you a big clue. I've already figured that one out.
The word here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
There is a letter missing.
Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Oh, Alzara, you big, beautiful robot man, person, thing in a box trapped forever with one job. Thank you, thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I enjoyed that so much. The mansion in ruin is crazy. That is is that, is that the unavoidable future of this place? Is that it will go into ruin? Should it go into ruin? Why will it go into ruin? But obviously then we've got, and the car was out the front. 8 red envelopes on 8 pedestals. 8 letters written by 8 different hands. So 8 different kind of figures of import. Is it sort of like, maybe it's a kind of a pact or something, like a weird, rich people love doing these weird freaking pacts, don't they? So I can imagine it's something like that. I will only find 7. There is a letter missing. And I think that could refer to what we saw in the mail room was a reference to Denny Ravane, who is becoming a very, very interesting person to me, who is no longer employed, who stole the Baron's mail. It might not be these red envelopes, but that's a missing letter. Well, it could be a missing package, but it could be a missing letter that Denny has taken. Denny, what's your deal? You're sounding really cool, I've got to say. I was just looking at this fish because of remembering the book titles that were given to me in one of the emails, like the books that had been ordered, and one of them was Herrings of the Major, but that's not a herring anyway. And also it probably refers to hearings, I suppose. Okay, whoa! I'm so pleased we managed to get the Rumpus Room. The Rumpus Room is always going to be a priority because God knows how many of these future predictions there are from Alzara, and they're all so interesting. And maybe you only get particular things on particular days, or maybe there's just, you get the first one, you get the second one, you get the third one, etc. I don't know how this works, but so interesting. So interesting. It's also, and I'm kind of just, I'm going to miss, I already have missed so many things and I'm going to miss more things, but I am proud of the things that I get. And I am proud of having figured out that missing letter between the 2 picture thing. And I love now when the game gives you hints about it and I'm like, hey, I've already got that one. So that's super cool. All right, let's go on with day 8. Thank you, Alzara. Mwah! Big kiss. This is north, isn't it? So we're heading to rank 7. On day 1, I made it to rank 8, and I don't think I've made it to rank 8 since. The nursery, we've already been in. It would be interesting to go there again. I don't have any gems, though, so it's not happening. And it would be nice to get the steps. The storeroom. Man, is this compass working? Isn't this compass meant to give me rooms that will take me north more often? Maybe it is. So look, we could do... I feel like this is an important one. This is what's going to get us to rank 7, and it might be our only opportunity. So to use a hidden floor plan, I'm actually going to redraw. Great. This is better. Yeah, we're going to do the... Oh, no, I can't. I don't have a gem. I knew it was... I was thinking it's risky going for this one without gems. And I did think maybe what I should do is actually go back to the chapel you know, try to draw some other rooms that might give me gems before trying this. And actually, you know what? In future, I might try to make sure I do that, because that might be the smarter thing. With that said, maybe the pantry, but it's, the problem with the pantry is that I'm sending myself in the wrong direction to where the X is. Look, obviously there's every chance I will not get to where this X is, which is on the eastmost side of rank 8. But it would just be really cool, since I'm finally, like, this is one of my only times to be this far north, and it's also my only time to be this far north on the east side. I'm kind of tempted to do another redraw, to be honest. Like, why not? Why not? I'm here. I'm here. Oh, no. No. It's so much worse. Okay. All right. In that case, I'm going to do the guest bedroom, because it'll at least give me more steps. Oh, crap. I'm really going to be reliant on chapel and patio to get me ahead now. Oh, well. Oh, well. Look, all you can do is roll the dice, right? All you can do is roll the dice. In future, I'm going to be more careful about trying to make sure I've got gems with me. Damn, that pool would have been incredible. I think I've already looked at this. There's nothing to see. Yeah, cool. But we've got, oh, thanks, a gem. I needed that moments ago. I needed that moments ago. I love this little sheep, I think, or dog. Could be dog. Yeah, we've noted that there's a few sort of nautical things in this room. Once again, well, we're in guest bedroom, actually. Guest bed. All right. Thankfully, we've got another, we've really given our steps a boost, which is fantastic, because I am going to have to go, I am going to have to go, most likely a fair way back around the house. This is a fan and a flan. I've got this one. That's the first time I've ever seen the fan. Ace. So L. A fan and a flan. Nice. That's 3. I think that's... it's at least 2 different ways. 2 different words I've seen for this. It might have been 3. Might have been 3. I'm not sure. Okay. But that appears to be that for this room, yeah? We originally found the car keys in here, I think. That was super exciting. All right. Okay, at least we got a big bunch of steps, and I think that that's going to be useful. So, back to Rumpus Room. Hey, Alzara. Hey, I didn't expect to be coming back through here so soon. We're losing a coin, but we do have lots of coins. No! Hello, this is Rebecca from the future. I am going to have to end this episode on this cliffhanger. The original recording I did for this episode basically is just too long, so I'm splitting it up into 2 episodes. So you're going to have to wait for the next episode for the conclusion to this particular one. It's kind of just one of the peculiarities with this game, because it's very difficult to know, like to be able to end the episodes where I would ordinarily be able to, have a bit more choice in that matter. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are full of anticipation for what's going to happen in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.